Hi everybody, Graham here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We are the United States of the world. We're an emerging nation. We've been around for about 2 3/4 years, and we have our own treasury, social services, economy, currency, and we're now building industries within our infrastructure to improve our economy, create demand for our currency and liquidity. Okay, and increase its price, of course. We should be streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. I'm heading over there now because if things go wrong, as they sometimes do, it's usually in the link with Facebook. So I'm heading over to Facebook and I'm going to be looking for the group We Share Abundance Publicly. And when I get to there, I'm going to be scrolling down and looking for the 22nd of January. And it doesn't look like it's working, I don't think, unless I've got the wrong date in. Maybe I put the wrong date in. I put it in as the 21st. Wiping my nose and waving my hanky again just to see if I'm in the live part of the... Yeah, looks like I am. It's my error. I had it in as the 21st, and it's the 22nd. And we've got Norman Firth in from Doncaster, UK. And he's letting me know it is working and coming through loud and clear. We've got Bazina in up there in Scotland, in Edinburgh, visiting us as well today. I'm a couple of minutes late. I do apologise. I'll bring you up to date with what's going on in a moment. But just to continue, for anybody new that's watching, we welcome citizens, guests, visitors, people that just drop in to see what's going on. Everybody's welcome here. And as I said, we are the United States of the world. We love to have citizens and have citizens from every continent, any country in any continent, any colour, class, creed, background, educational level, financial status, gender, none of it matters. We are a non-separatist organisation. We don't see those differences. We just see everybody as human beings, and we recognise that every human being is totally unique, and so has something unique to bring to our community. And as such, should be treated equally with everybody else, and they are. They're treated with equal love and respect. So, that having been said, we have a philosophy, apart from that non-separatist ideology that we have a philosophy that everybody seeks happiness. Whatever else they may desire, it's with a view to bringing them personal happiness. Some people think if they had $1 million or $10 million or $100 million, they'd be happy. But you can't buy happiness. There are people that have that much money and more, and they're not necessarily happy. Money won't make you happy, it won't make you unhappy, it's just a tool. Happiness can only come and be found, lasting pure happiness from loving service to other people without the thought of reward. But the great thing about it is, once you get into that habit of loving service, everything that you want in life will automatically flow to you. So rather than chasing money to try and make yourself happy and buy happiness, go out and get the happiness first. Find that everything that you want will just be yours automatically. And we've got, who else? We've got Andrew Dean in from New Zealand. It's a Monday morning there, and it's a sunny one. Of course, it's the middle of summer in New Zealand. It's been a nice day here today as well, but cold. And the wind has got even colder as the day's gone on. And then we've got Deborah from Southern Alabama, USA. I am, of course, in Cornwall, in England, down in the southwest peninsula of England. Right. We will get started about now with a short prayer to help us with that philosophy of finding happiness through service to others. And then we'll have a little short affirmation which reinforces that non-separatist ideology that we have in our community. And we got Syed in from Pakistan with the same comments that he always has. People are happy anyway, Syed. It's only people that expect something that we can't offer that are not happy. Okay? Once everybody pulls together, which is unlikely, it'll happen fast. If everybody doesn't pull together, then it will just take time and you have to be patient. Deborah says she's happy now. Okay, there you go. I think a lot of our members are happy. We've had an amazing response to people that want to work in our support teams just for the joy of service. And we are getting more and more people sending us thank yous for everything that we're doing, particularly in relation to some of our third-party programs, how we're helping people. But more on that in a moment. For now, let's have our short prayer. Dear Father, we are so happy and grateful for you. And we ask that you bless that we share abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love. And through that love, that each member may find the joy of service. And through service, bless each member, that they may attract true happiness and everything they need in life into their life. Amen. Okay. And the affirmation we have goes like this. We are so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay. So, that gets us started. That gets us up to date. Of course, with it being a Sunday, there's no development going on. Deviani will be back. I think she's back on Monday. She went away on Friday. She had some personal business, family business to attend to, and without her, we get no development progress. So I think she's back. I'm pretty sure she is back on Monday, and we'll be moving forward. Hopefully, getting that credit card and debit card application process in the dashboard, so that it's just an addition to the shopping cart. You can make a payment with a debit or a credit card, as well as other things. We're also progressing with Remuno, their new platform, but it's a bit getting approved again. It is a bit of a hassle, let's put it that way. But we'll get it done, and then hopefully their systems will be much improved on what they were previously, because they will allow us to take cryptocurrency payments from pretty much every country in the world. Quick payments are very good, but they keep dropping countries out. Of course, the big one was a few months back when they dropped out the United States, and I'm not sure if Canada is available in coin payments either now. Okay, and we got Kingsley in from Manchester and Richard in from Devon, both in the UK. Okay. there are Devons all over the place, and there are many, many Manchesters all over the place, but these are both UK. Okay, UK, okay. Right, sounds like Carrie, okay. Okay, oh dear. Right, now let's move on. Yeah, today I've been working on a system where we can get the Vortic 10K club members not just their name, but also the amount that they deposited. And I was hoping to have it done tonight, but I haven't. But it's close. But I'm not sure it's going to work either. But I do have a backup which will provide the same information, but it'll put the onus on the member. They'll have to request it rather than it just being there. So we'll see if this pass thing that I've tried works, and if it doesn't, then we'll move to plan B. But you will, in fact, get notified of the, the fact that you've made a deposit, and you will be able to see how much that deposit is. Had an inquiry in from one of our members that I fortunately, I mean, I don't check things like Telegram very much. I don't like any social media platform, I'll be honest with you. And I dislike Telegram more than most of them. But um, I did happen to spot this message from one of our members, and he was asking about Bonanza, Metafy yield, and, um, and funds from the investment club. And of course, Metafy yielders, we lost on that within a few days. And there is no hope of us ever getting anything back out of Metafy yielders. That was a bad investment, and we got scammed basically, and we lost our 10K. We've been more cautious, a lot more cautious since then. Funds is going well, but it's a 12-month project, and I think we started it. I think we started it in May. It may have been June, but I'd have to check on the dates definitely. But we are building that, and it just keeps going on and on and on. And at the end of the 12-month period, people will have the option of whether they want to continue compounding it or whether they want to get their money out, and we will see where we are. Similarly with Bonanza, that's a 12-month thing. With funds, actually, the funds are locked in every time you make a new deposit. They're locked in for 9 months. So we've got some funds that are actually available, but we don't touch them. We just keep them rolling over. With Bonanza, you can't get at that anyway. That's locked in for 12 months, regardless. So there's nothing we can do with that. We just have to keep the money coming in and going in and seeing where we get with it. The same Metafy yield was a total loss. The 10K Vortic, I have a lot of faith in. I certainly don't believe it will be anything like Metafy yielders. The CEO is totally transparent. He's been around for a long time. He's got an impeccable track record, and he has a lot of things that he plans to do for his members. He's trying to make the world a better place, and he's got loads of money. He doesn't need cash, but he knows what I was talking about earlier, that true happiness comes through serving others, and that's what he's trying to do. And he's trying to get involved in building a community that not only prospers financially but has other benefits, and they're building uh, some sort of a system in there. In fact, even now, I think you can go in and track the trading that they do. It's there, it's on the website. It's available each day, I believe. I've not checked it. Um, and they're also looking at providing banking facilities and debit and credit cards. And this actually it'd be just debit card, I think. I don't think it'd be credit for the members. So it's it's not just the investment that's going on there, but they have lots of other things that'll come in. Once we get to the first milestone, I think it's 160 days, but I'm not absolutely sure. Um, then everybody will basically have their cash back, and everything that happens there on will be a profit. Once you do get your cash back, you need to be thinking about opening your own account because you're going to want to take advantage of these other services that are being offered in there, and the possibility of referring others and making money from that as well. I mean, if you can do both now, do both now. If you can only do one, it depends on whether you're big on referrals or not. If you're big on referrals, then get your own account. If you're not big on referrals, then go with the K Club because you'll earn more that way. But if you're big on referrals, you'll earn more than enough to compensate for the difference in the interest that you get. I'm not sure whether it's correct to call it interest payments, whatever it is anyway. So um, the, the choice is yours, but ideally, if you've got both set up, then you can't really lose. You can do a bit of refer. If people ask you what's happening, you say, okay, it's this, look at it, and they can either join or not. You're going to be making money anyway, so it's not important. You don't have to stress to get them involved. But if they want to get involved in Vortic, it is a really good program. Um, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, it's better than Funds, and Funds is very popular, and it's a good program. No, I'm not knocking Funds. I'm just saying that I think Vortic is better because there's no monthly fees. There's a better compensation plan, in my opinion. You minimum deposit in Vortic, it is just $50, whereas in Funds it's 100 plus your monthly fee, which is at least $10. Um, and Funds is paying roughly on a weekly basis about 3.2%. Sometimes it's a little bit less, sometimes it's a little bit more, but it's usually around about there. Where Vortic pays a minimum of 4%, and if you've got larger sums invested, it can go up beyond 4% per week. So, in my opinion, Vortic is better than Funds, but Funds is a good program, and it's wise to not have all your eggs in one basket anyway. So, if you can afford it, a little bit in everything is better than putting all your hopes into one thing, even if it's um, a very sound and solid program. Okay. Also on Beyond Infinity, um, been doing quite a bit of work with that today. Um, it's a relatively simple process, but so many people get confused with it, and it just takes time to uh, try and answer their questions and sort them out where they're getting things wrong. And so it is time consuming, but we're up to almost $3,000 now that we have used to help people get involved in Beyond Infinity. It's not a short term thing unless you are referring people. We got our 6 week results out. There's a little video about the 6-week results in Beyond Infinity. And of course, we've referred quite a few people um, through We Share Abundance and through the fact that we are giving them rebates of $35 off the $50 that it costs. So it brings the net cost down to $15. But there's no reason why you can't follow that exact same pattern and do exactly the same thing and get same results. Some of you will get results that are a little bit less, some of you will get results that are a little bit more. Um, but the bottom line is what it does is very, very quickly you can knock 1 or 2 years off the time span of getting that passive income paid. You only need to generate, I think it's $134 in income to put into the big plan to knock 2 years off the 5-year period it takes to start getting paid from the passive plan. And we are now with the the end of week 6. We are, I think, I can't remember the numbers now. It's on the video. You've got the video. It's all been sent out to you. Um, but I think we're about 9 months away from being paid out. So we've dropped it in 6 weeks from 5 1/4 years down to 9 months. And this is something that anybody can do. Somebody, like I say, some people will do even better. Some people it'll take a little bit longer, but it's so easy to knock that first 2 years off because you're only looking at $130 commissions and you make $40 on everybody that you refer. Um, so, and there are other income streams that will kick in as well if you start referring people. So you can be making money now and spending it now if you want, or you can be putting it into the BIG plan. It's the Beyond Infinity Gold, I think it is. They call it big. And that is your option. But the more you put into the big plan, the faster you'll get to where those weekly payments are coming out to you. And once they start, they will increase every week. And by the time you've gone through a year of getting those payments, they'll be up into the thousands of dollars every week. Every week. Thousands of dollars pouring into your bank account. Okay. So that's it. I think we've got a question here. Just a minute. Oh no, it's not. It's not a question. It's just the Chinese New Year. He's saying that most of the roads are closed in Manchester because of the Chinese New Year celebrations. Manchester has quite a fun Chinatown. Or it did. I don't know whether it still has. Um, it's how long? Uh, it's probably it's about 25 or 30 years since I lived in Manchester. But we used to go into Chinatown and we'd go into the restaurants there that were full of the Chinese people rather than were full of the English people. And I know the stuff that they said, oh no, this is not for this is only for Chinese. What do you mean you won't? No, but you might not like it. Oh no, send it, I'll have it. Whatever it is, I got all sorts of stuff. But it was fun. It was fun. And so yeah, I presume they've still got a strong Chinese community there. And we've got Verna in from South Africa. Okay, so that covers the updates on Beyond Infinity. As I say, we're pretty close to $3,000 now that we've used to get people into Beyond Infinity, which is gratifying because even if they do nothing, 5 years from now, they'll be saying, wow, I'm glad I got involved in that, just $15. I know 5 years sounds like a long time and you want it now because that is what you've been taught. Now, everything now. Get it now, pay later. gets you into debt, gets you into all sorts of trouble. But what were you doing 5 years ago? Are you now where you thought you'd be? Put something in place now for $15 in 5 years' time. If it doesn't work out, you've lost $15. But if it works out, in 5 years' time, you have a weekly pension that increases every week and will make you a very wealthy retiree in a very short space of time once you start getting the payments. So it's a no-brainer really for $15. I know it's $50, but we'll give you that $35 back, or you can pay us $15 and we'll uh, make your upgrade for the $50. So we've got quite a lot going on. Multiple income streams are the way forward. Of course, once we start getting money out of it, when I say we, it's the account is in my name, but it's for We Share Abundance. It'll start going into We Share Abundance, and it's not it's not going to make massive impact. But if we've got multiple income streams and they're all putting a bit of money into We Share Abundance here and there, gradually we've got more and more coming in to the liquidity pools. I tried to explain, I think it was yesterday, about the scale of things that we're involved in. You know, we've got over 30,000 members, and if we just give every member $1 a month, we need $30,000 worth of sales of our tokens. We've got nowhere near that at the moment, so we've got to build that liquidity, and we will do that through different income streams that we have planned that are actually in process and will come into fruition. And there's a lot more happening in 2023. It's going to be a good year, but don't expect miracles. We've had to rebuild. We were built on sand initially. It looked good, but it crumbled, and we could have walked away and said, okay, it's just a pile of rubbish. That was never our intention. We're building something for generations to come, not for weeks or months or even 2 or 3 years, generations to come. And we are building now on solid foundations that are on rock, and we're going to put lots of metaphorical skyscrapers up there, built on those foundations that are going to make our members wealthy, but more importantly, make them happy. Okay, that's what we're striving for. We're striving for the happiness. We're striving to provide hope and a little bit of extra income for our members. We don't expect our free our free plan, the Wealth Builder, to make you millionaires overnight. It will make you wealthy with time and in time as the tokens climb up the popularity scale, become more and more liquid and increase in value. But that is built there for that legacy, for going on and on and on and on through many generations, and it will keep growing. If you sell it all off once the liquidity makes that available, you'll be like the guy that uh, sold his Bitcoin for two pizzas. You know, and it would have been worth, I don't know what the figure is, $10 million today or something. I don't know. But you're going to be in that sort of situation. So it'll always be your choice once we get that liquidity. But that is our main function in 2023. Liquidity, liquidity, liquidity. Okay. Um, So going into the link you shared about pay $15, no option to pay with debit card. Yes, there is. And you can pay with Bitcoin or other crypto. Yeah. The page, have I got the page handy? Just a minute. Can't remember what the page is called. I think it's this here. Okay. I've lost Facebook now. Just a minute. Let me get back there. Here we go. Here's the link to pay the $15. And from that page, you can either pay with coin payments, or you can click on the link and pay with a debit or credit card. If neither of those are available to you for whatever reason, but you want to pay with a cryptocurrency, then you have to contact us and we'll give you a wallet address where you can transfer your crypto, um, and we'll get you in that way. Okay, and all those instructions are on that page. And yeah, you can pay with Bitcoin, you can pay with Doge, you can pay with Tron, you can pay with Litecoin, you can pay. There's a lot that you can pay with. Okay, and we'll do whatever we can to help you. Okay, right. That pretty much covered it. I've got the basic numbers here. I've not even checked on coin ranking because it doesn't show anything, or it doesn't normally when I go and check it. And I've not given you numbers for a long time. But our registered members is 38,782, and that is down one on yesterday. It's a net decrease. We talk about a net decrease. We always get new members joining, and we take out members that have not been logged in for 2 months. We give them a warning first. We send them an email. We say, you're silly if you don't just log in every couple of months. But it's up to them. So we've got a net decrease of one from yesterday there. Active members are people that are logging in usually every day, but at least half the days in a month, and that's up by 18 today to 4,019. And Multiply Visa, no change in our email verified members or the number of members that have bought advertising in Multiply Visa, but the bonus pool is up by another dollar to $10,069.06. And we get that just for logging in from the revenue share. And I think that covers it. As I say, I wanted to do more than just send out a list of usernames because people come back and ask anyway for the Vortic plan, the Vortic 10K plan. So I've been working on how to get that information out to you. It's going to go out individually. We can't be sharing people's financial obligations or commitments or whatever you want to call it with the world at large. It would be very, very easy if we could do it that way, because I could just post the spreadsheet there and you could go and look at it. But so it's got to go out individually, and that's what creates the problem, because it's a little bit of a time consumer. But there is. I'm hoping that this way that I've nearly completed will work, and it'll pass everything in. And if it doesn't, there is a backup plan. It just means that you'll have to, once you get your email, request some information, and then it'll have to be sent to you manually. But it'll be a lot easier than doing it individually initially, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't, but I know what I'm talking about. Okay. Let me get to the Melon app, and we'll see there if we've got people in from YouTube or Twitch. We usually have Lewis in on YouTube, but having said that, he's probably not here today. Oh, he is. He is. He's there. saying good Sunday, everybody. Um, he's on um, YouTube. And how do I scroll down now? Maybe I can't because I've put that on there. Okay. Anybody else? Is compounding in the Vortic automatic, or do we have to do it manually? It's not automatic. In the 10K club, I will be handling it, but we have to wait until we've got enough to go in at the 10K level again. So it's not just putting it in every month. We've got to just leave it in there in the kitty until it builds up to 10K, and then we'll put that in again. And that it's on the video explaining how we're going to do that and showing the results and the days and things like that. Once we get to a point where we've got regular or the possibility of regular withdrawals and payments, we can then choose how we do it. But initially, we've got to get that first 10 grand and get that back in, and then it'll be compounding. It's on the video. But if you've got your own account, you have to do it manually as well. You can't add to an existing contract. So if you've got a $50 deposit in there that's earning you, what is it, 4% a week, it's going to be 25 weeks before you get enough to buy another contract. And at that point, then you'll have two contracts going. So you'll have $100 earning you 4% a week. And so that will be another 12 weeks before you can get another one. So that's how it works. Each time it'll shorten the span between them because you've got more earning. If you withdraw, of course, it takes longer. But it's your choice. It's up to you how you want to do things. But no, there is no automatic compounding, which it's got its pluses and minuses. The plus side of it is it's less likely to attract attention from the SEC. They don't like any compounding. Anything that has automatic compounding, they tend to jump on. And funds, one of the pluses is that they do have automatic compounding, as long as the SEC don't find out about it. So there are always pros and cons, aren't there? But that's it. No, it's that there is no automated compounding involved. Okay, that covers the question. That covers the information I've got for you, and so it's time to say goodbye. Beautiful song. Okay, time to say goodbye. Okay, we've got something about our pockets there. Let me just see what that is, if I can answer a question there. Which programs puts money in your pocket the quickest? It depends on whether you are referring people or not. If you're talking about totally passively, anything that pays out on a weekly basis. And Bonanza is monthly. Funds is weekly. You could withdraw weekly from funds. You can withdraw weekly from Vortic. There are lots of other plans out there, some that I've been asked to get involved in, but even the simple plans cause a lot of time because people don't understand them. And when you've got plans that require you to have a virtual, um, can't think of the word for it now, what do they call it? A VPN, virtual something network or whatever it is. Um, like there is, it seems to be a good program. It's relatively new, but you've got to have a VPN, and I can see us spending 3 or 4 hours a day just helping people get set up with VPNs. So um, you can look for programs yourself, but passive programs, both Vortic and funds, you can withdraw weekly. But it depends on how much you've got invested as well, whether it's worth withdrawing. If you've only got $50 in Vortic, you're only going to be earning $2 a week. So it's not worth withdrawing. But if you've got 10,000 in and you're earning, what would you be earning on 10,000? $600 a week, then yeah, that is worth pulling out, isn't it? So it is that sort of thing. If you're in funds, you'll have $100 in at least, but you'll be paying $10 at least out in monthly fees, and you'll be earning about 3%. You'll only be netting about $3 or $4 or $5 a month. Um, but if you've got 10,000 in funds, once again, uh, you'll have 3% of 10,000 every week, a little bit over perhaps, which then your monthly fee becomes neither here nor there, $10 out. Um, but you can withdraw every week from both funds and Vortic if it's worth withdrawing. Depends on how much you've got deposited. Okay. Um, if you are referring people, that's a different matter because most referral plans will pay you pretty quickly. Good Life um, is a good program, or not Good Life, Live Good, isn't it? Live Good. The from the supplement program with the power line building, um, you can withdraw that weekly. Um, and of course, if you're in Funds or Vortic or any of the other programs, Beyond Infinity, I mean, you can withdraw that daily whenever you want, actually, Beyond Infinity. Um, but you've got to be referring. But everybody you refer, you make $40 on. But it takes you your first three referrals basically are getting you set up in things. You're not going to have much profit out of your first three referrals because they're putting you into the Infinity plan and the Honeypot, and they're setting up your reserve account. So your first three referrals, you make next to nothing on. You make $10 or $20. I can't remember what it is. But after that, any referral that you bring in pays you $40. So if you bring in 10 people, you get rid of the first three, you've got another seven. That's seven at 40 is $280, and you can pull that out um, on a daily basis if you want. Okay. I want to be one of those people that can show proof to my referrals. Yeah, so it's always nice. If that's the case, then it's just a case of saying, look, I just pulled out this to show you that withdrawals work. and you can pull out anything that you want then. It just says, I only had $2 in, so I pulled out that $2 and here it is. But I doubt whether you can pull out $2 actually. There's probably a minimum of $10 or $20 to make a withdrawal. But it depends, as I say, it depends again on how much you've got deposited into how much will be available to withdraw. It's a difficult one to answer. I'm sorry, I can't give you a definitive answer on it. That's the best I can do. Let's get back to Melon Up and dee, dee, dee. Yeah, we'll be back again. It's time to say goodbye. So we'll be back again as we are every day, 7 p.m. London time on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group. We share abundance publicly. And what else do I tell you? That's it, I think. Until then, tomorrow or whenever, be We the Warriors. Get out there, share a bit of love and an abundance. Help a few people, get involved. They're going to thank you once they start making a little bit of cash. Okay? So get out there, do what you can for others, and you will find that things will flow back into you. God bless you all. I love you all. And I'll see you all tomorrow or the day after or whenever you can make it, even if it's on the replays. Okay? God bless, and I'll feed the sane, and I'll see you later, alligator, in a wild crocodile. See you later, alligator, wear a smile. See you later, alligator, go the extra mile. See you